Thank you for tuning in to Koppen with Comic. I'm Brian Koppen. We're here with comic Mike Calcagno. Mike Calcagno, how the hell are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate
thanks
it.
so much for coming on. And where can people find you do stand-up comedy on stage in New York City, and where can they find you online?
Just follow me on Twitter. I post everything on there.
Oh, good.
At Mike_Cags on Instagram also. And YouTube, Mike Calcagno Comedy.
Oh, good. Yeah, you have a Jim Brewer thing that you directed on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, that was fun. We did a two. I don't know if he's a hardcore Mets fan. He's like the face of the Mets, and we did like two Mets sketches where he's just an angry Mets fan. If you know Jim Brewer, that's like his whole wheelhouse. It was awesome. He was sick, dude.
And then he went to therapy in one of them.
Yeah, Mets therapy.
That's a funny premise. And who kind of did you write that, or did you just direct it?
I directed it. I co-wrote it. My buddy opens for him.
Oh, cool.
He was the therapist in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he opened. So he's like, let's just shoot this sketch, and we shot it in Long Island, and it was fun, man. He's cool. It's really funny dude. Just all improv, just beast. Just beasting.
And is that how you are in comedy?
Oh no, I'm pen and paper, dude.
Really? Yeah. So even on stage, is your energy beast mode, or you're just saying as a writer you're not really beast mode?
No, I mean, I'm high energy on stage, but it's all I don't really. If I do improv, it's maybe for like a tag, just try to tag something.
So it's all you're very conscientious about planning your material, but then when you get on stage, it looks as if it just erupted from your soul.
Yeah, I'll spend 5 hours in front of my laptop just writing,
Good. And Jim Brewer might have done that at some point, but it's just he's so far along that he probably can call on it, all of that preparation.
Yeah, and what's interesting, like I'll say something, and he'll say the same line. But his facial expression is I can't. That's a gift. You know what I mean? Like I can't do that.
Yeah. Is there any way that you could do that by just finding the right? Maybe it's a voice or maybe it's a character that will get you into certain facial expression.
I make eyebrow jokes. That's all I do. That's it. I just make. If you look,
he has gorgeous, luxurious eyebrows, and all the girls are jealous.
Yeah, it's that's as far as I go with my face. I just do eyebrow stuff. That's it.
Okay. You're raising your eyebrows.
Yeah.
And then where can people find you do that on stage in New York City?
At the Lantern. I'm at the Lantern pretty regularly.
Okay. And that's Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
Greenwich Village.
Yeah, Greenwich Village, West Village, whatever. And then I bounce around to the bar shows and stuff like that. But you're a comedy club every now and then.
But they can find that via your social.
Twitter. Okay. At Mike Cags. I post everything.
And I think I saw via your Twitter that you had a cool bit. You had some funny. I don't want to ruin it, but torpedo tits was hilarious.
Oh, that's just.
I won't say the context, but I love it.
There was none.
Yeah, and that's So I just revealed the joke, and that's how funny it was. Like torpedo tits is that was it, and that was fucking hilarious. And then you also did, I guess, in the same vein, you had 2-second videos.
Yeah,
what was that? What's kind of the premise of that, and how is it working? What can you get done in 2 seconds or 2 minutes?
So, I'm just so goddamn tired. Like even right now, I'm hungover. Like I'm just always tired, and it's like, all right, so how can I accomplish something with as little effort as possible? So I'm like, all right, let me come up with this idea where it's 2-second films, and the intro is quadruple the length of the actual film.
That's funny.
So it's like these are easy to do. I can do this on a half an hour on a song because I work a lot. I do every night I'm on stage. It's like you know the deal. There's no time.
So what can you get done in 2 seconds?
Nothing.
Just like a couple words.
Yes,
a word.
There's no beginning. There's no middle. This is what it is.
But then it forces you to think of things like setting and whatever, because I would think if you say one word, it could be funny in certain situations, but not others. Okay.
I'm going for mediocre. This is my target audience. Mediocre people. If I had more time, I would make a 4-second film. But they're 2 seconds right now.
Dude, that's a great joke. And then let's talk a little bit about booze, because I have food is actually my thing. And then in trying to get off of food, like it's a food addiction, it's raving, it's awful. But trying to get off it, I started drinking instead. And
to get off food.
So you drink instead. So it's like some people do that. It's called drunkorexia. So they don't eat during the day, and it allows them to consume calories in alcoholic form. And that's the only fun you have. Like I get my fun through food, and if I can't get it through food, I'm gonna get it through alcohol.
Yeah, but if you're not eating, you're getting bombed.
Oh, sure.
Off a drink or two.
Well, that's good because that's less calories too. So it's more of a food thing. But in doing so, like I actually had the opposite. Like my friend is, I have a recovering alcoholic buddy who when he got off alcohol, you start craving carbs because you miss it via the beer.
Right.
And so he'd start eating just Entenmann's cakes and shit. And that
Right.
kind of helped him get through. And so alcohol's not really my thing. So I'm not going to really develop an addiction. So I've been drinking like every night, but then it fucks with the quality of your sleep. Like, do you think, I mean, you said you're tired, is it because of booze?
Okay. If I go to bed drunk,
Yeah.
my next day, I'm ruined. If I go to bed drunk, but that's why like I have to stay away. And last night I went to bed drunk. That's why I feel like shit today. If I get drunk, look at last night I got drunk, and if I would have stayed awake and sobered up and then went to bed, I'd be fine now.
And I think it's the length of time because they say that the body's restorative processes to your brain don't work because they're busy processing the alcohol. So I would think not only amount of alcohol but time from the alcohol to the sleep might matter. So you having some recovery time before you lay down is probably a good idea. But are you tired? Like right now, do you feel? I mean, is it nausea because you're going to puke, or are you also kind of tired and not as sharp?
I also think I have the coronavirus. That's a side note. Like I just think that I have that.
Dude, he's coming in the tiniest studio. Now I have the coronavirus.
Yeah, no,
you heard it here first.
I have it. I'm convinced. I'm a hypochondriac.
What are the symptoms?
Carhartt jacket, Skechers shoes,
the eyebrows.
The eyebrows. I don't sleep a lot to begin with.
Oh, okay.
So it's like now I'm involved, and I don't really drink that much. But last night it was the big boxing match. I wanted to have fun. Which was a sick fight. Kind of. I don't know why I said sick. It was all right.
Yeah. At some point, it almost seemed like he was pushing him down. Rather than punching him down. I only watched highlights afterwards.
Yeah, it was very one-sided.
Yeah. Well, he just he's just so big and strong that some of those punches seemed like he was pushing him down, but it looks like the other guy didn't have it in him anyway.
Yeah, he had like spaghetti legs, right? Like, well,
he looked just weak and yeah.
But anyway, people say he won the first fight. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. They split.
But that's what caused you to drink, and now you feel like ass.
I got drunk, and I feel like ass. And I used to be able to like bounce back and recover. Like once I'm hungover, it gets worse as the day progresses.
Yeah, how is that possible? What is that about?
When I was in my early 20s, dude, I'd get hungover, have a bacon, egg, and cheese, and I'd be good. I'm fine. That's it. That's my IB. I don't know.
Is it a certain chemical in your body that no longer is produced enough to help you recover?
I guess it's age, man.
Okay, but you're not that old.
29, but I mean, when I was from 21 to 23, I drank every single weekend, just going out and being, stupid and spending money and just giving girls my money. That was one time I was at a bar. And I was so drunk at a bar, a girl, I tried to say, "Can I buy you a drink?" And she just took the money from my hand. And I was like, and then like that, I was like, holy shit, that was fucking good on her part. Like that was brilliant.
If you were so drunk, just take the fucking money.
Take the guy's money. He's going to fucking piss himself later. And then he's not going to wait.
Wow. What a fucking wolf, man. She just saw that in you. Like I thought you were going to say that because you couldn't get the words out, she said for you,
no.
Yes, you can buy me a drink. But even more vicious and savage than that is the fact she just took your dough. And is that ending up on stage? Like, are you telling that joke on stage? That's fucking hilarious.
Every now and then I'm married now, but every now and then I said that with so much enthusiasm. I'm fucking married now.
You told the old story with such gusto. Like those were your glory years, and then the married thing.
I
not
peaked.
So excited.
I peaked.
Did you peak at 21, 23?
Yeah, 22. That was like,
okay. Did you meet your wife at 22?
I met my wife
at peak. Was she peak Mike Calcagno?
Yeah, dude. I had a flat stomach. I met my wife when I was 23.
Okay, that's peak Mike Calcagno. That's how it should work. She should be at your peak.
I bait and switched her.
And she stayed just like she looked when she was 23. Here's a nice softball.
Yeah, she's
for
fun.
You. Yeah, she's perfect. She looks like she's 23.
Good
right?
job.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Actually, she looks way younger. It's kind of creepy.
Oh, that's
people
creepy.
Are like, is this guy? What's going on here?
Yeah,
I look older than. I'm like, what is this?
Man.
Yeah.
You're robbing the cradle, even though it's not. Yeah.
Why is this guy dating a teenager? I don't know. I every now, I talk about my wife on stage a lot.
Okay.
But every now and then, I'll remember a story of like this girl that was like a 2-week point in my life, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a joke here.
Yeah. And so how do you tell that? You're like, I'm so glad, you talk about marriage, and then you're like, yeah, and I'm kind of glad I'm married because I was an asshole before. Yeah. And then you tee up those stories.
Yeah, I my first 5 or 6 minutes, I'll tell jokes about my wife, and then I'll go, but I had a lot of breakups, and then that's all this pep. Okay, this is a joke I'm trying to work on. This is a 100% true story. It's not funny yet, but it will be.
Okay.
I had a neighbor down the block, and she was a 10, dude. I would get so anxious, and I had no idea how to like approach her. She was like gorgeous. So what I did was, I just started driving. I was 17, and
I thought that was your technique. You just started driving. You drove around the block, did you? No.
I purposely backed my car into her car.
No.
So I could go over there and be like, "Hey, I'm so sorry." Like,
oh my Lord.
Yeah, this is a true story. And I go over and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." But I did it at night. I'll do it at night, and then the next morning I'll go over and I'll talk to her. This will be like kind of which is like the worst thing.
And you had to make a dent so that she would notice.
Yeah,
it too,
like this
right?
is also like, you're gonna marry the guy that hit your car?
The lengths men will go. I
Yeah.
wonder, she could have even been so hot that this has happened before.
So, the next morning, I hear a knock on my door. I'm living with my parents at this point.
You were going to go over there, but she knocked on your door.
And my mom answers the door, and the girl's like, "Is Mike home?"
She knows my name.
And I'm like, "Whoa!" I go down there, and she's like, "Yeah, we have security cameras. Did you purposefully?" Dude, I wish I had the footage of me. Just like lining up, you know, just like with like
backing in,
just backing into her car, and she was like, "Yeah, you hit my father's car, dude. This is a real story. Like I see that, so that's how. So now I'll take that, and I'll try to punch that up and make that.
So just make sure it has 85 punchlines because it's in there. Yeah, and like some people are talking about, stories aren't funny, but really, if you take the story as an organizing principle like that, like it's a true story, it's your truth, and you can line it with 14 punchlines, it almost becomes like a joke roll or something.
You embellish.
Yeah, but I don't even know that you need to. But she came over on her father's behalf. It's almost like she knows, like, okay, this has happened before. People keep backing into my shit because I'm so fucking high. But it's nice that she knows Mike.
Yeah, dude.
She knew you before, man. It's almost like you didn't have to do it if she knew the name Mike.
We went to school together with same bus stop. I'm from Long Island, the same bus stop, all that stuff.
There was like 85 opportunities to hit on her before.
85, and I never had the courage. Dude, I did the worst things to try to hit her. I had no opener.
Okay. And then how'd you get your wife? And did you go to those lengths to get your wife back when she was when you were 23?
We met at the gym.
All right.
And
because you had the flat stomach.
Because I had the flat stomach. And
it's almost like she's coming up to you at that point.
Yeah. Funny, actually, my wife and I went to high school together, and she hated me in high school. She's a year younger, but she couldn't, we did not. I was like a jock douchebag guy. She was like a science nerd.
You were crashing into cars to get laid.
You
probably were a little. You were problematic.
I was ruining my my insurance went up just to pick up just to try to get laid.
Oh, that's one of them. Yeah, that's a great joke.
That's good.
Yeah. That'll make it.
And we met years later. So, high school happened, and then she got all the college degrees, and I had a bunch of shit going on. I was just being stupid and young, and we met at the gym, and I was actually just I tell a joke about this, where it's like we met in person, which is now known as harassment. Like you can't do that anymore. Like I walked up to her and talked to her.
Yeah.
And, I would text her and she wouldn't respond. Then I would text her again. Like you can't really do this anymore, But it was fun. She's a good sport and everything like that. But
and so is your married stuff also being taken on stage? So a lot of stuff is about your act, like you say.
Yeah.
And then what in your marriage can you kind of talk about on stage that's not cliched? Because marriage is universal, relationships are universal, so it's almost meaning you almost have to get specific about your particular relationship so that you're not like every other comic. My wife, take my wife, please. It's not just you ranting about a wife that you dislike. She's a living, breathing person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess my angle's it's a little more. Instead of being like the goofy Homer Simpson guy, I'm more. It's a little more clever than the dumb Homer Simpson. Like the joke actually has I'll have a twist on the end of it, or like a misdirection where so it's not like I'm just like, oh, I guess I'm the stupid husband. That's the silly me. I try to make it a little smarter. Okay. Like if my first punchline, I'll probably discard that because I'm like, all right, I thought that came up easy. Yeah. So there's probably something better.
That's what I like because how many jokes in do you start thinking, okay, this is something? The first one, of course not. Yeah. Is it the second, third, fourth? Like when do you think originality with Mike Calcagno's writing comes?
Because my brain, I didn't go to college. I'm not smart. My brain wants to come up with the easiest punchline. This is a weird theory, and I tried it, and it was miserable, but it worked. I would try to write a lot when I was super tired because it creates your brain to just go think of something. So this guy goes to sleep.
Wow.
And it was like I was writing at like 3 a.m. and I had work, and I was like, holy shit, like I'm coming up with like tags and shit like that.
Wow.
So that was where I got some like originality on some bits where I was like, all right, this is kind of cool that I can tinker with this because like my body is just like, get this fucking guy to bed.
And is that how you're still doing it?
And I'm forcing. I can't do it as much because I work a lot more than I do with my day job, which is brutal.
Okay.
And that was like, all right, I'm coming up with some original shit here because it's just like I'm torturing myself to
I love that.
come up with, right?
That sounds pretty fucking smart. I mean, first of all, you know, not going to get the degrees that your wife got.
Yeah.
That only means that you guys don't have that much debt. So great job. You're the smart one.
Yeah.
But it's also like I think that even acknowledging that you do your best writing under some bizarre ass circumstances, and then seeing that and going with it, that shows just a level of smarts that's going to serve you throughout your comedy career, right?
I got to do that more often.
Is there any other way you can kind of subject yourself to hardship?
I guess
drinking's one of them.
Start writing in like downtown Baghdad. Just start writing. Just bring my laptop, and yeah, I mean it's tough to come up with original shit, but you got to just really work at it. But
it's good you're skipping the first joke though. I mean, do you see originality is necessarily on the second joke, or do you think it's third or fourth joke?
It takes forever.
Okay.
It takes forever.
And that's why Jim Breuer's a beast, because I think at some point he probably
that's just talent.
Wrote some of that shit too, though.
That's just talent, though. Just carrying. I don't know. That's another animal, but.
But yeah, so they can look at your films. I mean, they will go to Mike Calcagno, but it's on Twitter. It's Mike_Calcagno.
No, so YouTube Mike Calcagno Comedy,
right?
And Facebook Mike Calcagno Comedy.
And I found the YouTube link at your Twitter, which is
Mike Calcagno Comedy, and my Twitter is at Mike_Cags, and my Instagram is at Mike_Cags CAGS.
And it's there where you'll see the 2-second videos.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, 2-second videos. I post my shows and stuff like that, so it's good.
So they can kind of see what's coming up at the Lantern or wherever else you're playing.
Yeah, Lantern. I do a lot of. I'm on the road. I'm in Connecticut this weekend. Long Island, Governor, stuff like that. So
opening for Jim Breuer.
No,
is that what's next for you?
No,
okay.
No.
Your buddy, the therapist in your video.
He's got
those chops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike Calcagno, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. It was fun.